it's been a brilliant day actually. We're really pleased to be part of it. We're the headline sponsor of the event, and it's something that we're quite passionate about and really committed to, because security is probably the number one concern for organisations at the moment.
For Threat Metrics, actually it's been a really good show. It's been great to actually hear a lot of subject matter experts share their experiences in terms of what they're seeing in the field. For us, it's actually really important to hear from the community and to have the financial services community come together and to actually share their experiences and best practice is really, really valuable. So we've really enjoyed it.
Today's been really great. I think it's got a good variety of speakers, good variety of topics, and also a great selection of vendors. Having been around them, I think you had a really good selection that I got a lot of value and information out from.
Particularly enjoyed the panel interview. I think the panel interview is always the best session on a conference like this.
I thought the presentations have been really, really interesting and highlighting some really important strategic points. Conversations have been very good, very strong. A lot of people concerned about the continuing and growing threats in the cybersecurity industry.
You know, cyber attacks have been making the headlines over the last couple of years, but it's only kind of now that people are really starting to think about a strategic approach to cybersecurity. It's an absolute must-do. You're protecting your customer and their data, and you need to be taking that more seriously. And Sharon from Lloyds Bank as well was absolutely awesome, talking about how she was able to make it a boardroom priority.
It's been really interesting actually, and quite thought-provoking in some ways. The presentations, it's been great to get a lot of different perspectives, from the really high level to the quite technical, which we've just seen there. Quite enlightening, quite interesting to just get a feel for how people are kind of thinking about cyber in different sectors. So yeah, really, really good.
Well, I think that the most important trend in cybersecurity at the moment is the combination between expertise of cyber specialists, including intelligence specialists, and AI and machine learning, which emerge as an interesting trend.
So from today's conversations, I think the complexity of the landscape is becoming very, very clear. So any kind of tool set that simplifies things and makes things easier, faster, more efficient, I think is probably the biggest, is answering the biggest challenge in security right now.
For me, it's about bringing data together. It's the data quality that needs to be ensured before you can bring out the intelligence. I found throughout the presentations today that there's a huge exercise of bringing together data to create a swamp of information rather than bringing the analysis through from it.
Yeah, and for me it's about understanding the human aspect in cybersecurity. How do humans behave? How do the human thinking also evolved towards this cybersecurity threat? And how can we start developing our technology, especially in artificial intelligence, to start capturing that human behavior?
So I feel that emerging trends that we're seeing are how the people who are committing these crimes, it's getting more and more frequent, and how we really need to protect our data.
The most important trend in cybersecurity obviously is protection, but it's organised crime, targeting businesses. It's no longer fighting against individual threats that just happen to come in. It's more organised threats.
I think there's still a lot to be done in terms of awareness raising and culture through organisations, through leadership. So that idea of how organisations adopt cybersecurity and how it's viewed actually not just as a hygiene factor, but as something that is a differentiator for a business and something that leadership takes seriously.
More importantly, it's also a great focus group as well to make sure that we're fine-tuning the right messages, that we're providing really relevant and credible content for all of the decision makers here, so they feel like they want to have a conversation with us. But great job, really pleased with the work NewStatesman put in, and looking forward to coming back next year.
For us, we're an up-and-coming, fast-growing startup, so visibility in the market, deeper penetration into financial services, which is why we came to this sort of event. And a bit more brand awareness.
I've been speaking to a couple of vendors and I've taken some brochures away. I've got some plans on my sort of strategic change program for the next couple of years, and so this gives me an opportunity to talk to some vendors about that and be able to scope and shape my ideas before I go back to my team, say we need to do something like that.
What's happening in the market, what other people are facing, whether we're unique, which we're not, and just get a feel for what's out there in terms of the market and in terms of the threat landscape.
But we talk to many organisations already, and we're hoping to establish some new relationships and hopefully really be able to put across our message in terms of security within the financial services industry.
For me, I think it was a lot the networking aspect, not only just with the delegates that attended to see what their pain points are, what their focus areas are, but also from the vendor perspective, what are the new tools and components that have come out that actually I didn't even know existed at this point.